to start. If you have sashes on your gowns, please take them off. It's not part of our official dress code. Please take them off. We do not allow sashes on the gowns. Thank you.
At the University of Ghana, our vision is to achieve global impact through innovative research, teaching and learning, using a technology-driven and people-centered approach. Our 2024 to 2029 strategic plan is built on 5 priorities, guiding us to transform, inspire, and elevate our university community. This is 5 for 5. 5 strategic priorities with 5 objectives each for 5 years, driving our mission forward. Together, these priorities shape our thesis, that is, transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and finally, sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Now let's delve into the individual priorities. Transformative student experience. Empowering students through technology-driven, student-centered learning, preparing them to thrive in a global society. Impactful research. Pioneering research that addresses the world's biggest challenges and forges a better tomorrow. Commitment to our faculty and staff. Supporting our faculty and staff with agile structures, growth opportunities, and recognition for excellence. Engagement and partnerships. Building powerful connections across industry, government, and academia to amplify our reach and influence. Sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Ensuring UG's legacy of impact through responsible resource management and environmental stewardship. Join us in embracing 5 for 5. Together, let's shape the future, sing our mantra, and make the University of Ghana a beacon of transformation and impact. And the oceans we to feel, and we will say the unity to our own republic. From different parts, different places, with different stories. Some arrive in comfort. Some through hustle. Some arrive through perseverance. Different journeys, one destination. Because no journey is complete until everyone is included. We may come from different places, through different paths, but our destination is the same. There is strength in our diversity and greatness in our unity. University of Ghana graduation ceremonies, celebrating every journey.
Go to also welcome you all to this ceremony, which is dedicated to the College of Health.
Graduates and guests seated outside the hall, please rise for the procession of members of convocation. Graduates and guests seated outside the hall, please rise for the procession of members of convocation. Outside the hall, graduates and guests seated outside the hall, please rise for the procession of members of convocation. Graduates and guests seated inside the hall, please rise for the procession of members of convocation. seated while we wait for members of the council procession. Graduates and guests seated outside the hall, please rise for the council procession. Graduates and guests seated outside the hall, please rise for the council procession. Graduates and guests seated inside the hall, please rise for the council procession. Please remain standing for the national anthem to be led by the wind ensemble. You may resume your seats. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development representing the Vice Chancellor, Deputy Registrar, Provost, Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments, our distinguished guests, members of convocation, staff and students, grad ones, special guests, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon to you all, and welcome to the Great Hall of the University of Ghana. We take great pride in delivering on our first strategic priority, which is transformative student experience. And as part of the efforts to advance this goal, we are hosting 17 memorable congregation ceremonies this month for students who have successfully completed their academic programs during the 2024-2025 academic year. This ceremony is dedicated to undergraduate students of the College of Humanities, and this is the fourth of 5 ceremonies scheduled for the college. To proceed with the ceremony, please let's welcome Mr. Benedict Fosu Eje, College Registrar for the College of Humanities, to make introductory remarks on behalf of the Registrar. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you, Victoria. Representative of the Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, Provost, College of Humanities, Deans and Directors, Heads of Departments, members of convocation, graduating students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon to you all. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Registrar, I am delighted to welcome all of you to this afternoon congregation ceremony, which is dedicated to the College of Humanities. We have gathered here to confer degrees on students who have worked so hard to complete their courses of study in 2024-2025 academic year and are graduating today. I am happy to see so many graduates gathered here to participate in this ceremony. Representative of the Chancellor, before I proceed further, may I, with a heavy heart, respectfully share some deep, saddening news with our dear graduates and all members gathered this afternoon. Last Friday, we received a painful information of the passing of one of our graduates, Ms. Harriet Esenam Nyamiku, who we are informed fell ill shortly after successfully completing her Bachelor of Arts program with a combined major in economics and geography. Her passing is a profound loss to the family, her colleagues, and to the university community. We mourn the loss of the young life whose journey had only just begun. With your permission, may I kindly request that we all rise and observe a minute silence in honor of Ms. Nyameku. May the soul of Ms. Nyameku rest in perfect peace. Please, you may resume your seats. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition in this university to acknowledge during congregation ceremonies students who have come from all over the world to study in this great institution. It is my pleasant duty, therefore, to call on the Provost of the College of Humanities, Professor Yaro, to perform a short but very important ceremony to acknowledge our international students who are gathered here and graduating in this afternoon ceremony. So, with a clap offering, may I invite Provost College of Humanities to introduce our international graduates. Provost.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition at the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremonies we acknowledge our international students who came from all over the world to study at Legon. Although COVID-19 severely impacted our international student numbers, we are pleased to report that members of the UG graduating class of 2025 have come from 23 countries, including Ghana. The countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Hungary, India, Kenya, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, and the United States of America. I now call on all international students graduating today to stand to be acknowledged. If you are from the 22 countries, stand to be acknowledged, not the 23rd one, Ghana. Our dear international students, we cherish your contribution to the academic and social life of the University of Ghana and wish you well in your future endeavors. Please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Provost, College of Humanities, Professor Joseph Yaro. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to introduce the Member of Council representing the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Major Daniel Sowa Ablokwaku, who is presiding over this afternoon congregation ceremony. Major Ablokwaku is a chartered management accountant. He served as the chairman of Ghana's Public Interest and Accountability Committee, as well as on the Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. In 2006, he was appointed a commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service, and during his tenure, he assisted 5 other African commissioners in establishing the African Tax Administration Forum. Prior to joining the IRS, he served 10 years as 1994 to 2004 as Director of Finance for Ghana Cocoa Board. And prior to that also, he served for 11 years as a paymaster with Ghana Armed Forces. He is a member of the University of Ghana Council and a chair of the University's Finance and General Purpose Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Major Ablokwaku to the podium to deliver the opening remarks and invite the representative of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Felix Ankuma Asante, Pro Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, to deliver the Vice Chancellor's report to congregation. Thank you very much. Major.
Members of the University Council who are here, Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor standing in for the Vice Chancellor, and other officers of the university. Honorable guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, new graduates, guests, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I am delighted to welcome you to today's gathering as we celebrate the achievement of our graduating students. This ceremony reflects the shared pride of the entire university community, with the achievements of our graduating students being the result of collective effort, with families, faculty, administrators, and funding partners all playing vital roles in the process. To our graduates, I offer my warmest congratulations. Your journey to this point has demanded perseverance, discipline, and sacrifice. Many of you have balanced your studies with work, family responsibilities, and financial pressures. Being here today is a confirmation of your resilience and determination, and we celebrate you for this accomplishment. Graduating students, you enter the world at a time of rapid change and opportunity. Education combined with initiative and integrity remains one of the most powerful tools for transforming society. The knowledge and values you have gained here are meant not only for personal advancement, but for service to Ghana, Africa, and the wider world. The university's strategic plan, launched in 2024, emphasizes student-centered, technology-driven, and interdisciplinary learning, positioning our graduates to thrive in an increasingly complex and digital global environment. I'm glad to observe that we are already seeing the impact of our intentionality in these areas. And as a university, we must continue to place the student experience at the heart of our mission. I am encouraged by management's commitment to fostering an inclusive culture in which students feel supported, valued, and empowered to succeed. These efforts are shaping a truly transformative student experience, and I urge management to continue advancing this important strategic priority. Pro Vice Chancellor, distinguished guest speaker, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasant duty to declare this assembly duly constituted for the award of degrees to successful graduates. I now call on the Pro Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, Professor Felix Asante, who is representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Apia Amfo, to present a report on the status of the university. Thank you.
Chair of Council, members of the University Council, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provosts, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Departments, distinguished guest speaker, members of Convocation, members of the Advisory Board of the College of Humanities, high-level positions, Chair of the Council of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Vice Chancellor of the Vice Chair, of the Worldwide Universities Network Partnership Board, and the Association of African Universities Ambassador for Gender Equity and Social Infrastructure, Social Inclusion. I'm humbled by these appointments, and I'm sure that I speak on behalf of all other members of the university community who have been honored or appointed to various high national and international bodies, that it is achievements such as these that spur us on towards reaching excellence and maintaining high standards in our work. I encourage all of us as members of our community to continue to work hard to keep the flag of the University of Ghana flying high. Well wishers, graduates, your journey to this moment has required resilience, discipline, and determination. Today marks both an ending and a beginning, the successful closure of one chapter of your lives and the beginning of another. And we proudly salute your achievements. As you step into the wider world, I urge you to uphold the values of excellence, integrity, and service. Continue to be worthy ambassadors of the University of Ghana, and may your contributions positively shape society. Once again, congratulations to you all. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Felix Asante, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, representing the Vice Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. A professional law qualification from Ghana School of Law and an LLB from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration. He is a fellow of both Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, UK, and the Institute of Chartered Accountant, Ghana. Mr. Arthur serves as the chair of the Christ the King School and is an active member of the Catholic Church. He is married and blessed with 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Chancellor Arthur, to the podium to deliver his address to congregation.
Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost, College of Humanities, Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Dean, Directors and Heads of Department, members of Convocation, staff and students, alumni and friends of the university, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And thank you very much for inviting me to be a part of this ceremony. Today represents far more than a ceremonial gathering. It is a moment of permission. Permission to believe that you are prepared for the world ahead, even if you don't always feel certain. Permission to step into the future with courage, curiosity,
and conviction. When I was invited to address you, I reflected deeply on what truly matters at the beginning of every professional journey. It is not the titles you will hold, and I dare say it is not the salaries you will earn. It is not the carefully curated profiles that you will build online right from tonight. What matters most is perspective, the ability to build and nurture relationships, to interpret complex situations, to be resilient, and to make meaning in moments of uncertainty. So I stand before you as a chartered accountant, a lawyer, and an insolvency practitioner. On paper, these credentials may appear impressive. In reality, it means I have spent years observing very smart people make very human mistakes and learn how powerful it is to begin again. It means I have seen how things work, how they break, and how they can be rebuilt. And here is something no one tells you at graduation. Success is rarely a straight line. It is a winding journey filled with detours, purposes, unexpected turns, and moments of doubt that somehow still guide you towards your purpose. So whatever direction you choose, whether as a writer, a historian, an accountant like me, a diplomat, a policy maker, an operations manager, or even a career yet to be invented, you will feel pressure to get everything right. However, real growth does not come from perfection. It comes from learning how you navigate setbacks. In my work in insolvency, ladies and gentlemen, I encounter organizations at their most vulnerable. Plans that looked flawless on paper collapse under pressure. Strategies that seemed airtight fail in the real world. And yet, in those same moments, I witnessed resilience, reinvention, and renewal. I see people discover that what looked like failure was actually redirection. That lesson applies to life far beyond business. Some of you will rethink your chosen paths. Some of you will question decisions. Yet some of you will stumble. An exam not passed, a missed opportunity, a season of waiting while others appear to move ahead. I have lived all these expectations. None of them stopped me. And I can assure you, they will not stop you either. What matters most is how you respond. Your degree has equipped you with knowledge, but life will test your judgment. Your education has sharpened your skills, but your character will determine your reputation. If the humanities teach us that character, values, and people matter, the sciences of administration remind us that systems, efficiency, and results also matter. Integrity will carry you further than intelligence alone. Curiosity will open more doors than confidence ever could. And humility, the willingness to keep learning, will become your greatest professional advantage. But I want to challenge you on one more thing. Do not measure your life only by outcomes. Measure it by impact. Ask yourself the following. Did I help solve problems or simply point them out? Did I act ethically when no one was watching? Did I leave people, systems, and situations better than I found them? You know what? Titles fade, projects end, balance sheets close. but the way you made people feel and the values you stood for will echo long after you are gone. As graduates, you carry something powerful into the world today. The ability to understand context, to interpret meaning, to communicate with clarity, and to recognize a human dimension behind every decision. In a world that is uncertain, that is complex, and fast-changing, these are not soft skills. They are essential skills. You are entering a world that needs your empathy, your critical thinking, your creativity, and your courage. The world needs people who can think deeply, act responsibly, and adapt to changing dynamics. You do not need to have anything figured out today. Just enjoy the day. You simply need the courage to begin and the resilience to continue. So, my dear graduates, step forward boldly, learn continuously, fail forward, be inquisitive and ask questions. Keep asking them. When life takes an unexpected turn, as it surely will, remember this. Setbacks are not the end of the story. Often, it is the beginning of a better one. So, class of 2025, congratulations. The future is awaiting you, and it is blessed to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arthur, for your address. And I have no doubt that we have all been inspired by Mr. Arthur's address and will endeavor to practice the insights that he shared with us. I strongly believe he deserves another round of applause. I will now introduce our valedictory speaker. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition here in the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremony, one of the best graduating students delivers a valedictory message on behalf of the graduating class. Our valedictorian for this afternoon ceremony is Ms. Janice Ekuma. Do I see her around here? Ms. Ekuma, I just want to be sure you are here. Thank you very much. So, academic excellence for Janice has always been beyond the grades. It has been a journey of curiosity, discipline, purpose, and desire for change. Janice began her academic journey at Nyanya's No Methodist Basic School before advancing to Methodist Wesley High School, where she studied general arts with electives in government, economics, electives mathematics, and geography. On December 20, 2021, Janice gained admission into the Bachelor of Arts program at the University of Ghana. Specializing in geography, Janice graduated with an outstanding final grade point average of 3.95. A huge milestone achieved through her dedication, quiet determination, discipline, and rooted quest for success. As she graduates today, Janice holds a strong desire to continue to pursue higher education that will pave the way for a bigger opportunity, not only for herself, but also for those who will come after her. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ms. Janice Ekuma to deliver her address on behalf of her cohorts.
Isn't it such a great day to be graduating? I'm sorry, I need to catch my breath. Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost, College of Humanities, Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Department, members of Convocation, staff and students, alumni and friends of the university, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. When I was bestowed the honor of reading today's valedictory speech, I was excited. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? I was so overjoyed, called friends and family to share the good news, because what I dared to dream of has become a reality. After the chaotic celebration settled, I wondered, what am I going to read on behalf of all of you fine people graduating today? Because as you may well be aware, this speech is for all of us, for our hard work and dedication during this 4-year period. So I went online to Google, YouTube, even TikTok, trying to find samples and inspiration. And I did find just the right inspiration. That got me reflecting on how far and how fortunate I have been. Titles and medals do not always tell the full story of achievement. Sometimes, the people whose journeys require the greater strength are not the ones standing on this stage, but those seated amongst you right now. It made me pause and think deeply about many different paths that have brought us here, and how some stories carry challenges greater than we may ever see. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I definitely did not have it easy coming to the university. But I had my amazing mother, Mama Gifty Akom. I also had very supportive people like Mr. Solomon Jikunukwashi, the Founders on Edu Scholarship through the administration of the Student Financial Aid Office, my siblings, friends, and the list goes on. What am I driving at? I had help. Some of us had help. It wasn't all smooth, but we had help, and so learning became easy for some of us. But among us are colleagues whose journeys were far more demanding, those who had no safety nets but themselves, those who worked long hours to survive, rushing from jobs to lectures, and from lectures back to jobs. We saw them, often tired, sometimes overwhelmed, yet never complaining, never giving up. While some of us had the privilege of calm and comfort, they carried the weight of responsibility every single day. Still, they persevered, they pressed on, and today they graduate with us. To all such students, we honor you. Thank you for refusing to quit, even when the road was lonely and difficult. Thank you for fighting on when it seemed the world had forgotten you. We see you, we celebrate you, and we are deeply proud of you. To all of us graduating today, we made it! Despite the many challenges that sometimes made us want to give up, challenges came in different forms. Those annoying roommates who sometimes made us wish we could bring our bedrooms from the house, the heartbreaks that made us fear men, the friends we lost along the way, and of course, those unexpected E's and F's our lecturers boldly handed to us. How dare they, right? Yet in the midst of it all, there were also beautiful moments. The good grades we worked for, those ones we always claim up for ourselves. The friendships that turned into family, the laughter that kept us sane, and those blessed moments when the lecturer would say, So we will end today's lecture here. Through the ups and downs, the stress and the smiles, we held on, and today we stand victorious. To our lecturers, we offer heartfelt gratitude for your patience, guidance, and dedication to shaping both our minds and our character. You pushed us to think critically, work harder, and believe in ourselves. Even the strict deadlines, the tough gradings were valuable lessons that prepared us for the future ahead. To our parents and guardians, we owe an equally profound appreciation. Thank you for your sacrifices, your prayers, and your unwavering support. You carried our burdens, encouraged us on difficult days, and believed in our dreams, even when we were unsure. Today's success is as much yours as it is ours. On a personal note, I would like to thank a few people who have been instrumental to my journey. To my mother, thank you for every sacrifice you made when no one was watching. For the silent struggles, the sleepless nights, and the countless ways you chose my future over your comfort. Today, I stand here. I know I carry not just my own efforts, but the weight of your love and perseverance. My mom is out there. I love you, Mom. And today, and to the many Mama Giftia comes in these auditoriums, I mean our mothers and our guardians out there. These achievements belong to you too. Your sacrifices may not appear on our certificates, but they are written in every success we celebrate today. To the Founders Edu Scholarship, thank you for the financial support you rendered me. This moment may never have seen the light of day without your help. To Mr. Solomon Jikunekwashi, thank you for the support you rendered me and for the faith you had in me. To Dr. Clement Kwan, thank you for your mentorship, encouragement, and constant support, which strengthened my confidence and shaped my growth. He would always tell me, it's better to suffer today and enjoy it than enjoy it tomorrow. And to all who played a role in our journeys, thank you, and may God richly bless you. Fellow graduates, I leave us with this piece of advice. The corporate world does not really care about the number of A's we had or our class. What the world cares about is our attitude, our integrity, one of the major values this institution never ceases to ring in our ears. Our ability to solve problems and the value we bring to the table. Out there, titles may open doors, but characters will keep them open. Our degrees are important, of course they are. We suffered for it, didn't we? But they are only tools. It is what we do with them that will define our future. These 4 years have quietly prepared us for life beyond the classroom. They have shown us that success is not always instant, that progress is not always smooth, and that dreams require patience. We have learned to rise after disappointment, to try again after failures, and to keep moving even when the road feels uncertain. So as we step into the next chapter, let us carry with us the lessons this journey has taught us. Let us be bold enough to dream, humble enough to learn, and courageous enough to begin again whenever life demands it. Class of 2025. We celebrate more than certificates today. We celebrate resilience, we celebrate growth, we celebrate the fact that against all odds, we made it. May we go into the world and make our families proud, our communities proud, and of course, ourselves proud. And years from now, when we look back, may we say, unto this day, this was where it all began. Congratulations to us all. Thank you, and may God bless us.
May we continue clapping for Janice as she resumes her seat. You all agree with me that Janice has greatly inspired all of us, and I believe he deserves another big round of applause again. Thank you very much. We are getting closer to the main reasons why we are here this afternoon. That is award of degrees. But before we go further, we'll take a short break of musical interlude to be performed by Wing Ensemble, and they're already here. So, Wing Ensemble, please. Thank you very much, Wink and Sam, for this musical interlude, ushering us into the most important reason why we are here this afternoon. It is now time for the award of degrees, and I have few instructions for our graduates. I mentioned it earlier, but I want to repeat it, that this is a formal ceremony, and we do not expect graduates to move in and out of the auditorium before the official end of the ceremony. We have our ushers and security on hand, both sides of the auditorium, to provide any support that you need, but we do not want you to leave the auditorium before time. Of course, your colleagues will sit through for you to come up here, to handshake, smile to the cameras, right? So you should also wait, have the patience to wait for all of them to file up here, do the same as you did earlier. I hope you all agree with me. You all agree with me. Thank you very much. So you are seated in the order in which you will be called. You will stand to be presented by the dean of your school, and when your degrees are conferred by the representative of the chancellor, he will say to you, Anyeko, and you will respond, Yae, right? Anyeko. You will then take your seat for the roll call. And when you are called, please walk up here to the platform to be acknowledged. But note that only first class graduates will receive a handshake from the platform party and a medallion. Protocol demands that gentlemen will take off their cap, and when they come here, they take a slight bow and do their handshake and pass. Ladies will keep their caps on and curtsy. Please follow the instructions and directions of our ushers. I will now respectfully invite the deans of the respective schools to present their students. First, Professor Mavis Dako-Jeke, Dean, School of Social Science, to present Bachelor of Arts graduates, followed by Professor Ernest Chinebo-Akodia, Dean, University of Ghana Business School, to present Bachelor of Science in Administration graduates. At this point, may I ask Bachelor of Arts graduate to stand, please. Bachelor of Arts graduate, please stand.
Good afternoon to you all. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, I, Professor Mavis Dako-Jeke, Dean, School of Social Sciences, present to you Bachelor of Arts students who, having followed the approved course of study over the stipulated period and passed the required examinations, have thereby become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitle them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them. Thank you.
Dean of the School of Social Sciences, by the authority vested in the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I, Major Daniel Ablokwaku, acting on behalf of the Chancellor, hereby pronounce the students presented duly graduated Bachelor of Arts. Anyako. Anyako. It sounds like you're not too happy. Anyako. That's much better.
Kindly resume your seat, Bachelor of Arts graduates. Bachelor of Science in Administration, please stand. Bachelor of Science in Administration, please stand. I'll now invite Professor Ernest Akodua to present his students. Thank you.
Member of Council, representing the Chancellor, I, Professor Ernest Akodua, Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, present to you Bachelor of Science in Administration students who, having followed the approved course of study over the stipulated period and passed the required examinations, have thereby become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitled them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them.
Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, by the authority vested in the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I, Major Daniel Ablo Kwaku, acting on behalf of the Chancellor, hereby pronounce the students presented duly graduated. Bachelor of Science in Administration. Anyeko. Anyeko. And finally, Anyeko. Thank you.
Bachelor of Arts, First Class Honors. Benedicta Edu Abuaje. Erica Harrison Aqua. Abigail Ama Ohenewa. Michael Adote Ado. Condoleezza Na Akuye Adi. Godwin Adeti. Jonathan Ajasu. Daniela Ajwa Ofosuya Ejei. Portia Ajirako. Josephine Odrowa Minta Adontain. Princess Enyonam Abeka. Christine Mawena Agbeto. Emmanuel Kwesi Agbinku. Daniel Ejei. Emanuela Kakra Ahenikwa. Abdul Salam Ahmed. Sandra Edubia Ekufo. Dennis Elliot Alote. Esther Kezia Amenin. Dorothy Senanu Amate. Matthew Mauli Kwame Amevo. Rebecca Ampa. Dorcas Amui. Yasmin Ekua Andam. Evelyn Enima. Alwyn Chifa Abena Apo. Solace Holali Koko Apuchi. Kezia Dede Aite. Gilberta Asamoah. Eugenia Ama Aslevi. Rachel Emefa Emanuela Atople. Olivia Aku Fafa Afaji. Mabel Abugatwain Ayebo. Emilia Paribia Ayesu. Konama Ena Boateng Brobe. Yvonne Beckley. Susanna Gwemba Po Bella. Harriet Odebia Benny. Abigail Bio. Justina Ntimwa Boedi. Blessing Kunedu Boache. Ebenezer Maunyo Bodua. Gifty Lariba Buguru. Veronica Busa. Esther Dakon. Miriam Ya Selasi Diabo. Janice Ekuma. Matilda Opokuya Jemfi. Gabriel Janey. Wendy Haba, Gloria Christabel Erabna Hughes, Priscilla Wedem Kowonu, Jessica Kwao, Priscilla Jifakwashi, Esther Tailana Koshi Lamte, Eunice Koklu Yatlai, Millicent Logo, Deborah Pobi Mafo, Christopher Akarichi Imbugri, Samuela Na Adoko Mills, Ebenezer Akobiri Ndo, Mary Nyamiche, Janet Obing, Emmanuel Opari Obuobi, Salome Joanna Ojeyim, Sally Jane Irajwa Ofori, Nana Ekia Oparibia, Dilab Bonsu Osei, Sandra Efwa Kwansa, Jacqueline Yomokwashi, Pearl Kwate, Jennifer Sena Satakle, Francie Tando, Felicia Kisiwa Teria, Portia Adwate, Grace Safwa Wiafe, Agnes Frempoma Yeboa, Comfort Na Ashia Odro, Bachelor of Arts, second class, upper division. Yes. Sayuram Efra Gogo Kakali Ababio, Benedicta Nana Abna Abankwa, Mariamatu Abbas, Audrey Martha Aban, Vida Jablekai Abe, Aisha Abdul Samad, Augustine Abeka, Angelina Esinam Abeni, Melinda Ablavi Ahueto, Juanita Analav Ayeyi Abrahams Apia, Deborah Yengsoma Abu Yaro, Priscilla Obi Echampong, Martha Brago Echampong, Jonathan Kwabna Echampong, Abigail Achia, Sandra Achia, Angela Boahim Achia, Joycelyn Akosia Achia, Esther Akon, Patrick Esedu Akon, Beatrice Aqua, Emanuela Obenewa Adade, Mariama Adam, Bernadette Aisha Ajua Adams, Lois Ninikwo Adamte Ago, Wilhelmina Na Adole Ado, Michelle Adole Ado, Harry Eko Adom Enim, Marilyn Adobia Adoken, Maureen Flora Akoko Adi, Victoria Boakin Adi, Ethel Mause J, Dinah Efua Adoma, Jessica Aklina Adongo, Doreen Doris Na Adukwe Adote, Jennifer Nyako Edu, Solomon Sapon Edu, Abnase Wa Edu Echampon, James Osayam Pofo Efari, Jason Ofosu Afons, Christabel Na Momo Afote Agbo, Esther Efriye, Julius Komla Agbanyo, Courage Eiram Agbito, Agnes Etonam Agbodo, Joy Okochuku Agli, Daniel Sabute Agovo, Miriam Educhumwa Ejakwa, Hannah Ejapon, Michael Bamfo Ejapon, Manuela Danswa Ejare, Kenneth Ejay, Andrews Ejay, Stacy Nanama Ajeman, Mami Dede Ahinkra, Edward Kojo Maunyahiati, Hawa Ahmed, Abiba Ahmed, Florence Ahove, Ruby Kwesibia Akono, Olivia Esinam Aklagia, Anastasia Ayuma Akparibo, Candace Efia Ampofua Akrofi, Princess Dominic Akum, Gloria Na Kushika Akwe, Whitney Na Adokwe Amavi, Jeffrey Ofori Mensa Amedo, Jokabed Tolo Ametepe, Fidelia Amehie, Priscilla Ama Amoa, William Amoakun, Emmanuel Yao Amoakun, Amofa Ata Amoakohene, Frida Amo Tinkrine, Atokwa Mina Asumache Ampon, Ekwecha Amponsa, Garnet Emefa Amuji, Emanuela Abna Anderson, Phoebe Minafo Enim, Irene Adukwe Ankra, Adelaide Abba Annan, Marion Efwa Jebua Annan, Faustina Annan, Emanuela Irabna Anawete, Sabaina Adon, Kimberly Ano Boateng, Abna Echa Anochi Mensa, Elizabeth Dakwa Ansa, Joseph Deborah Entry, Jemima Aso Entry, Clement Boesiako Entry, Yvonne Entry, Princess Audrey Angoko Anyete, Victoria Equia Apiedu, Francisca Ajo Mapemo Apedo Logosu, Nature Kofi Apeku, Sarah Seiram Abla Aplade, Ashley Akosia Apia, Priscilla Kwachua Apia, Foster Echampong Apia, Dorothy Apia J, Reneka Mame Bema Apia Hine, Renel Mame Bema Apiahene, Edwina na Koko Ama, Phoebe na Ayele Ama, Bernice Arthur, Lady Ruby Esi Arthur, Angel Equia Arthur, Matilda Arthur, Olivia Mamiesi Arthur Adansi, Karen Koko Ayi, Irene Ama Edufua Asabre, Mawena Ya Asafo, Eileen Aka Asamoah, Michaelina Jomo Asante, Deborah Asante, Mercy Mami Abna Asante, Celestina Asante, Christabel Ohima Asantewa, Nane Kuya Nsuma Asare, Abigail Abna Asare, Zajulia Kutoko Ashali Martin, Shadrach Michael Esiama, Doris Efia Adofwa Esomeni, Abigail Asan Boateng, Eunice Ayimbota Atia, Vicentia Tiki, Caroline Esinam Atinyo, Esther Sedinam Ato, Nanekia Wuku Otubia Atrams, Enyonam Ewuku Segbeji, Priscilla Malpamo Awume, Vera Frederica Ewushi, Princess Afi Amefa Awuvi, Josephine Techua Eisi, Emmanuela Otubia Ba, Jennifer Yamua Ba, Ernestina Bafo, Amapokia Bafo Ewa, Jasmine Kaiga Batong Ho, Salama Tubawa, Marigold Nanekwo Berima, Judith Bimfo, Ferdinand Ngwaple Moke, Delis Kurangboedu, Mary Dankwa Boedu, Rachel Boache, Abnasewa Akoto Boache, Evans Boache Eboa, Yvonne Boachewa, Mami Sewa Boensi, Patience Ama Boateng, Richlove Echa Boateng, Beatrice Boateng, Sharon Boateng, Emmanuel Boma, Benedicta Bole Bokete, Salome Bosompema, Eunice Na Bole Boy, Letitia Brentio, Wendy Equiabo Abeng, Millicent Keto, Juliet Kobna, Caroline Kofi, Sheila Koka, Elizabeth Eya Kujo, Philip Dade.
Second class harness, upper division continues. Sandra Ayebia Damwa, Precious Abrefi Dankwa, Ezra Anyama Daku, Portia Nana Amadechi, Rose Efua Dente, Adeline Salom Dodia, Janice Ejekumwa Dompre, Caitlin Jasmine Donko, Haniel Abina Donko, Mami Efua Inshira Donto, Richlina Eraba Donto, Caroline Elamausi Dodunu, Enyonam Doche, Rohiya Dodua, Constance Dodu, Benis Aku Kekeli Jamepe, King David Upon Benis Ocherewa upon Angel Trinical Osei, Naomi Osei, Dominic Osei, Richmond Osei, Marion Amwaku Osei, Erica Osei Mensa, Benjamin Osei Tutu, Salamatu Ibrahim Osman, Mariam Osmanu, Jessica Ochere, Anobia Brua Otunyako, Belinda Mamle Otubua, Benedicta Nyaku Owusu, Daniela Anani Efia Owusu, Nancy Boahima Owusu, Linda Owusu, Emanuela Pembroke Smith, Portia Piena, Zenaida Ajua Inshira Anofua Pobi, Erabina Bema Poku, Daphne Enti Premper, Beatrice Quaino, Louisa Ama Oforiwa Kweku, Gifty Kwam, Nathalie Baba Ayensu Riverson, Georgina Saki, Irene Saki, Emmanuel Saki, Mami Yenua Saki, Latifa Sahid, Emanuela Kumiwa Sam, Emma Joshua Sam Aqua, Kwabina Esie Du Sakwa, Sylvia Sewa Sapon, Elvis Sasu, Anto Haji Seidu, Samuela Iram Senyor, David Delali Sawovi, Irene Mawulom Sogbe, Adeline Mamle Somani, Hawa Suleiman, Lucinda Magdalene Tego, Lexi Inshira Sarkodia Tego, Derek Edinam Tamaklo, Abaje Chuatano, Phoebe Koko Enyonam Tay, Catherine Awojaba Taylor, Jasmine Taylor, Isabella Esianyo Tefuto, Erica Etonam Tefuto, Vida Efia Tete, Joyce Abina Tete, Portia Akoko Tete, Hilda Nakai Tete, Frederick Tete, Edwin Duotete, Eric Kwesi Tei, Karen Ejewatufuo, Whitney Inshraba Texan, Francis Chini Afram, Doreen Krista Chum Williams, Millicent Chumwa, Nafisa Umaru, Faith Wodome Vabil, Abigail Koran Yafi, Dokas Yafi, Esther Yaya Bani, Sandra Esi Yamwa, Kelvin Yebua, Lovance Yebua, Portia Yebua, Gloria Adoniriba Yisi, Aisha Zakaria.
Second class honors, lower division. Tracy Aban, Huraira Abdul Majid, Queen Latifa Abdul Nasser, Rhoda Abra, Bevelyn Abrakwa, Bright Echampong, Yvonne Boachi Echampong, Beyonce Irama Echampoma, Belinda Aka, Abigail Aka, Salom Vera Adadi, Samuela Samira White Adams, Irene Adams, Benedicta Addison, Jasmine Nanaya Anobia Ado, Erica Asante Ado, Delicia Seyibi Ado, Josephine Na Ajoko Ado, Angela Adomoro, Esther Adobia, Nancy Ajanyo, Dosia Broni Ejain, Charles Ejain, Mirabel Nana Ejain, Helen Kumi Ejain, Gifty Ejay Mensa, Irene Ajwa Ejay Ameyao, Rosemond Lara Ajete, Christiana Bema Adum, Anita Aduma, Patricia Ejewa Aduma, Raphael Tete Edu, Philip Edubafo, Efwa Poma Edufo, Evelyn Penyon Afari, Augustina Afo, Augustina John Ami Agbeko, Vanessa Asantwa Ejakwa, Stephanie Owusu Ejapon, Anastasia Ejapon, Melinda Edubia Ejaku, Charlotte Akins, Vanessa Akoli, Emanuela Ekumanyin, Cordelia Otoku Alimu, Christabel Alexina Aku Alotin, Ophelia Ama Bedu Amankra, Phyllis Ashoko Ama, Lois Na Ode Amasa, Angela Esinam Yawa Amenyeji, Mavis Maunyo Ametepe, Latifa Aminu, Portia Amwa, Sally Kunedu Amwa, Nana Efia Brago Amwakum, Presla Adra Amwakuhini, Adelaide Amponsa, Gifty Ama Amponsa, Gloria Amponsa, Celestina Mami Yeboa Amponsa, Pearl Ampofu, Collins Nana Kwame Amu, Emanuela Okraku Anefi Kwapon, Charity Burry Acheniba, Esther Anderson, Clara Araba Anobel, Tony Oseb Boateng Anochi, Presla Ansa, Trisha Abuaji Ansiri, Presla Sadem Anson, Evelyn Apia Jemfi, Rebecca Ama, Patience Adra Arthur, Dolores Arthur, Dorinda Aye, Miriam Naoyo Aye, Vanessa Day Ayeti, Bright Bediakun Asamoah, Georgina Asantewa, William Asari, Princess Lydia Asari, Pearl Nade Ashi, Beckham Ejari Esiedu, Jessica Esiedu Oden, Michelle Esiedu Bekwem, Spendy Love A.K. Asigri, Patience Esubontin, Whitney Amarachuku Asumuga, Jennifer Atia, Rosebud Sedem Ewa, Patricia Amefa Ajo Awuku Mensa, Aram Ama Awi, Jessica Kosa Ayim, Peace Azato, Jennifer Abna Nyamiche Bafo, Nana Ekwia Ampoma Beidu, Pearl Ekwama Beidu, Kirsty Jama Bamfo, Peniel Irabna Banks, Madia Suleiman Bashir, Mariam Mamisewa Baturi, Isaac Ojam Bentum, Sylvia Buedu, Gerald Ajimendu Abwachi, Betty Buensi, Rosalinda Boateng, Akotokwe Boateng, Judith Bonzi, Golda Bonifacio, Imelda Buedu Wabonsu, Emanuela Edusa Bonsu, Evans Bota, Justice Amaliba Brahima, Augustina Brako, Abna Budubeidu, Joshua Clotting, Rachel Nako Wakujum, Maureen Dami, Wayo Daniel, Elizabeth Dankwa, Sandra Abna Asantiwa Denchi, Hannah Menu Danso, Irabna Asantiwa Danso, Angelina Isiama Dakum, Hannah Nanaya Dakum, Ellen Dakum, Perpetual Defo, Sarah Nada Kwandodu, Chelsea Do, Prince Donko, Maxwell Doche, Nana Kojo Ajekum Duncan, Cheryl Asante Dramina, Jessica Dramina, Derek Kweku Edusei, Christabel Kukwa Egan, Derek Reen, Lydia Epachu, Edna Essien, Eugenia Essien, Rachel Yamokai Freeman, Annabelle Kankam Frimpong, Samuel Frimpong. Erica Efwa Gamo, Stephanie Iradra Gan, Deborah McCaffrey Glago, Jifa Glyman, Phoebe Grant, Peggy Jamfie, Josephine Breport John, Michael Edry Jesse, Florence Jure, Kayla Nana Abahegan Rooney, Ramat Chorikubu Hambila, Kukwa Eisa Hammond, Cordelia Nana Abba Hans Kong, Benjamin Echampon Hansen, Abdul Razak Haruna, Harriet Na Ayele Hayford, Caroline Baba Henson, Sarah Ibrahim, Fadila Ibrahim, Samira Ibrahim, Claudia Amasewa Enkum, Salma Ishak, Mubaraka Ishak, Jenny Steele Jackson, Angel Jonas, Rosemond Magdalene Kabute, Immaculate Yaira Kata, Linda Ama Kekeli Kaysen, Blessing Seram Crew, Beatrice Kukwa Ayeyi Crunchy, Laurentia Ewenam Pedodu, Michael Crampa, Emanuela Kafri Kumoji, Agnes Kupong, Vanessa Grace Kuvodu, Lily Frimpong Kwachi, Jacqueline Daki Kwao, Jonas Chiwe, Gracias Benedicta McCaffrey Dede Liaison, Emmanuel Lai, Cecilia Fofie Menu, Antoinette Mateki Mati, Bestina Martins, Edmondi Anete Mensa, Mary Adole Mensa, Matilda Mensa, Odra Elizabeth Mensa, Jessica Mensa, Promise Shukuka Bakiri, Magdalene Osafo Mina.
Bachelor of Arts, second class honors, lower division, continues. Kisiwa Ekuya Miracle, Gloria Moro, Umo Colson Mustafa, Sandra Menkara, Sophia Namanzi, Mercy Noteko Nati, Bethany Kwe, Henry Ofe Penny Newman, Jones Nephew, Nelly Nimaku, Jerry Marilyn Boyeno Nanime, Emanuela Insia, Stephanie Labi Intim, Daniel Owusu Prince Ntosu, McLean Otu Nyaku, Andre Nyaku, Gloria Nyakubia Badu, Thomas Oben, Alexander Nanaya Chumesi Oben, Gabriel Nana Denchi Oben, Priscilla Obuo, Jessica Amwa Odro, David Jan Ofe, Sandra Ofori Amponsa, Eugenia Ofosuhine, Georgette Ohine Amwa, Godfred Bediako Opare, Eugenia Nana Enim Opoku, Elijah Opoku, Millicent Opoku, Antoinette Opoku, Gifty Opokua, Roland Opon, Ellen Opon, John Te Osabote, Janet Osei, Eric Osei, Deborah Nana Jemfua Osei, Celestine Williams Osei, Angelina Osei, Equiasewa Osei, Ellen Osei Boatim, Benedicta Enima Osei Mensa, Veronica Kisiwa Otim, Angel Techiwa Ochiwa, Urila Lily Owusu, Annabella Owusu, Stacy Owusu Ansan, Abuna Anane Asamoah Owusu Ansan, Portia Padike Padi, Elvis Pobi, Tracy Nana Ahima Kwaku, Nadia Kwe, Susanna Na Koko Kwe, Margaret Raymond, Queen Gladys Eswell, Deborah Na Sekua Saki, Nanama Safua, Kwame Na Anan Sam, Deborah Inshira Sam, Akofa Sam Lafu, Lydia Sanfo, Loretta Enima Safua, Emmanuel Ekwamwa Sasu, Christabel Sechi, Forgive Efia Semeko, Rahel Somwa, Eva Ache Soa, Francisca Na Akoko Soa, Christabella Shadi Tachi, Benjamin Ni Oko Taki, Fati Tahiru, Sandra Tampam, Ernestina Efua Tete, Abigail Teku Tete, Ophelia Tay, Elfrida Nakite, Patricia Ayebia Titi, Princess Na Kwoko, Titus Glover, Jessica Abba Nketia Tofa, Obed Na Toshi Akwele Tutu, Amanda Techuwa, Emanuela Efia Wilson, Gifty Audrey Yabua, Emmanuel Kwesi Yabua, Ubeida Wimpini Yusuf, Zinabu Yusuf, Jennifer Yayura Aku Zoku, Bachelor of Arts, 3rd class honors, Harriet Amwa, Evelyn Ensua, Priska Brown, Christabel Sarkodie Ado, Bachelor of Science in Administration, 1st class honors, Juan Obodon Samuel, Edward Adai, Emmanuel Ajete, Gustav Sowa Ajete, Samuel Edem Agbeka, Ernest Amwa, Justice Ni Wote Anan, Jessica Ya Ashon, David Aite Jabi, Joseph Jifa, Alberta Beji, Peter Emeka Ike, Prince Mills, Motiu Muhadin, Daniel Ofori, Priscilla de la Ogo, Francisca Nana Akosia Obiniwa Ohemen, Marion Nana Edu Ribeiro, Jesus Oko Sowa, Nana Ekwia Ejewa Reku, Nana Ekwia is last. Bachelor of Science in Administration, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Benjamin Echampon, Juliana Adai, Raphael Te Ado, Eugenie Eje Kwei, Mabel Afi Dobule, Queen Lina Amele Odum, Abraham Ado Jemfi, Candy Ama Ohinewa Adofo, Patrick Salom Agbeko, Rebecca Ewenam Agbenyame, Audrey Yabua Ejapon, Wendy Ajakwa, Portia Pokua Ajiman, Kojo Ekins, Kezia Techi Ankuma, Hannah Judith Amate, Justicia Ameyao, Emanuela Amwa, David Ando, Philippa Acha Anam, Abigail Benis Ankoma, Erica Na Ayele Ade, Elizabeth Mensa Ata, William Ni Aite, Bernard Kwapon Asa, Pa Kwesi Asante, Richard Kofi Asari, Ohini Nana Achire Asari, Spendilove Araba Esumache Ampon, George Ati, Alexis Elikem Ami Atachi, Joel Austin, Vanessa Ewuku Apia, Daniela Ayuba, Samuel Danso Eyisi, Mami Ohinewa Owusuwa Ba, Kelvin Baroch Bannerman Williams, Rufina Kranchiwa Bediako, Jemima Efwa Bejre, Priscilla Bansa, Dennis Madia Boadam, Jerry Bobby, Marilyn Yamiche Colbo, Joyce Doku, Gideon Dodu, Yvette Boatin Jomo, Lydia Mausino Akushika Jobu, Peace Jifa Joche, Lawrence Edinam Ekla, Kofida Ko Eskin, Desmond Esiom, Nanaya Eslifidazi, Erefua Forsen, Wilhelmina Nana Abba Fen Ka, Bless Ganyo, Dorothy Darlin Hazel, Sangmon Ni Ashikwe Hammond, Yasmin Isaka, Georgina Jonda, Kevin Kwame Kakari, Roberta Delanyo Abra Klu, Romeo Samuel Kudi, Philomena Kwache, Ben Kublenu, Joseph Kweku Kum, Hilary Asabia Kwache, Faustina Ohum McCarthy, David Mahu, Esmeralda Safua Mante, Edmond Bafo Mensa, Belinda Chocho Mensa, Na Ajele Mensa Kwe, Michael Kweku Bram Menta, Nuruddin Muhammad, Sharif Sankara Moro, Ismail Nyeno Morty, Abdulrahman Musa, Mevisianati, Benisajua Kumankuma, Emmanuel Ejiman Nsafo, Teresa Dansua Insia, Enoch Tano Intiamwa, Angel Chelsea Nana Equia Intim, Cindy Nyamiche Moro, Prince Kofi Obiri, Goniva Genevieve Na Yeye Okwe, Emmanuel Asante Ofori, Derek Ofori, Gifty Ofori Samson, Wendy Okine, Spendilove Akwele Oko, Kofi Safo Opon, Emmanuel Sowa Osire,
Bachelor of Science in Administration, second class honors, lower division continues. Augustina Asante Otima, Priscilla Otujan, Adelaide Efia Owusu, Catherine Elom Port Royalson, Justice Prempe, Faustina Quegrin, Paul Randolph, Emmanuel Aboatima Safo, Praise Nana Osei Sasu, Vida Sewa, Mariam Sharif, Mariam Mahmoud Sheshe, Priscilla Beatrice Na Ajele Amenua Soa, Nuratu Na Deide Tego, John Kuku Emisatete, Henrietta Efriye Teman Baloka, Lois Yameche Texan, Cindy Vaifa, Ibrahim Yahaya, Samuel Kojo Yamoa, Brittany Nanaya Yeboa, Samuel Yeboa, Magdalene Efia Yeboa, Sedem Afi Ahoto, Mohammed Said Abdul Malik, Ha Adira Abdul Sumed, Bapon Abdul Latif, Khadija Abdul Razak, Belinda Buedua Abuaji, Jessica Ama Abuajiwa Abuaji, Jude Abrahams, Abdul Fatau Abu, Coleman Jr. Aqua, Miriam Adams, Godfred Yao Ado, Jessini Adi Adi, Emmanuel Kofi Adi, Isaac Adebayo, Christelle Afi Ajahon, Leonard Kwame Ejay, Godwin Kujo Ejay, Isabella Adonle, Nathaniel Edubuahin, Susan Mawen Agbemavi, Ebenezer Agombe, Bismarck Agokpa, Akosua Obiriwa Ejapon, Cindy Ejay, Fredua Nana Kweku Ajemai, Mary Osei Ajemai, George Amoa Ajemai, Tracy Afosa Ajemfra, Godwin Maweyega Ahuchi, Daisy Akazawe, Kimberly Akomia, Samuel Osei Akrofi, Elvis Ni Ama Akwete, Omar Al-Hassan, Adam Al-Hassan, Jaffa Ali, Raymond Tete Alimo, Marilyn Alote, Sylvester Amadou, Abdul Majid Amadou, Mami Pema Amankwa Asante, Johnny Amegbe, Richmond Mensa Amenya, Michael Tete Bello, Tracy Amoa, Mami Araba Nyamfie Kumwa Amwesi, Josephine Ampofo, Theophilus Kojo Ampromfi, Miranda Elom Anibreka, Mirabel Otikroma Ankra, Jessica Esinam Anku, Emmanuel Anan, Kezia Eduama Anan, Mavis Kwansema Anobel, Helena Ama Yeboa Ansa Asare, Nana Esi Tewia Ansa, Glenda Nyaba Ansa, Karen Ansoma Anshon, Losby Entry, Mavis Entrywa, Richmond Apia, Emmanuel Kweku Apia, Sabrina Bridget Apia, Rosalind Jechewa Apia, Joel Kweku Apia, Christabel Na Okaiko Ama, Nicholas Apia Arthur. Sydney Arthur, Jennifer Arthur, Augusta Irama Donko Ayi, Kofi Poku Asante, Daniel Yaboa Asante, Emmanuel Kwesi Asante, Bright Emmanuel Asare, Rocklin Asare, Emmanuel Asare, Pearl Ama Oredu Asare, Georgette Owusua Asare, Prince Ama Ashite, Osla Na Amele Ashite, Jessica Ashon Metal, Michelle Mame Yanda Isiedu, Emmanuel Esumedu, Millicent Awingat Awimbila, Josephine Dede Ayi, Daniel Aye, Richmond Late Ayiku, Felix Ayrebi, David Azigi, Josephine Befi, Barnabas Lincoln Banawen, Basil Edinam Bansa, Mohammed Omar Bawa, Wisdom Blacko, Daniel Buedi, Jessica Boachi, Thomas Boatin, Confidence Seyram Budua, Mary Sewa Bonsu, Tobiah Bosco, Henry Bosomtre, Anita Botri, Elysia Ayika Le Boy, Felix Ajete Boy, Patience Winters Butias, Richmond Jeff Kofi, Sarah Dazi, Jennifer Ma Ajua Dazi, Lois Eresi Onuma Dazi, Cyril Selom Dagbeme, Kwabena Meshak Danson, Dennis Abra Danson, Lisa Na Kwama Dako, Alberta Dako, Lawrence Dapo, Linda Dito, Gifty Ajemaindo. Samuel Mensa Doku, Bernard Tetedra, Evelyn Kafui Dusu, Emmanuel Edinsa, Darius Fosu Efa, Zenabu Iliasu, Benjamin Bless Elikplim, Evelyn Elom Esiedu Fianko, Faith Edinam Fiano, Felix Fosu, Michael Edusei Frempong, James Mawuto Gakpeto, Martin Gavo, Evans Yao Gossin, David Goldman, Besma Kwame Jabin, Marcia Jesse, Mohammed Mutawali Hafiz, Emmanuel Kwabla Hoto, Miriam Ibrahim, Aisha Ibrahim, Abdul Nasiru Ibrahim, Shakira Yakubu Idrisu, Rahama Idrisu, Ebenezer Inkum, Habibu Isahaku, Mimi Nana Hawa Kadri English, Sandra Karikari, Rebecca Katakiti, Maxwell Kobi, Anthony Konedu, Trudy Love Kumsin, Emmanuel Kumsin, Efia Ewukubia Kranting, Edith Kranting Ajare, Yao Elikem Peglo, Comfort Enchiwa Kwachi, Samuela Kwatima, Precious Achekwe, Chelsea Catherine Kokwem, Derek Kwame Lago, Nafisa Lamin, Ernest Edulati, Julian Amankwalati, Portia Kokolawe, Jessica Ya Fafa Lecha, Marceline Selasu Mate, Joel Hola Mensa, Sonia Lenin Somensa, Mark Achrefi Mills, Tijani Mohammed, Radatu Mohammed, Joshua Nkrumah, Hilda Nkoa, Stephanie Nkoa, Gloria Boatima Intim, Gloria Sewa Intim, Elkana Elikplim Nusenu, Simon Yame, Ziggy Kwame Adai Nyako, Kinsley Nanayao Kenny Obin, Grace Obin, Yasondo Oblite, Herbert Ni Kome Oblite, Daniela Na Afole Odai, Kofi Boahin Odro, Ishmael Kofi Odro, Amanda Ofe Danso, Doreen Nana Ajua Dansoa Ofori, Barbara Ofori, Mamati Ofori Entry, Emmanuel Ehenijan, Stanley Ni Kwao Okai, Baba Ansawa Ezigbe Okoro, David Opoku, Nana Kojo Opoku, Emmanuela Opoku, Rahil Amo Opon, Robert Opon, Rita Osai, Frank Osafo, Polycarp Mensa Osei, Ajemai Richard Osei, Emmanuela Owusu Osei, Gideon Osei Efriye, Aishetu Osman, Ama Ejewa Osei Sapon, Joshua Otu, Sylvester Victor Owusu, Sandra Amiya Owusu, Samuel Kojo Owusu, Obrimpong Kwejo Asanti Owusu, Rahel Asantiwa Ifia Owusu, Adelaide Poma Owusu, Oguns Owusu Mensa, Irajua Owusu Efriye, Kelvin Alotei Papu, Paakweku Adom Kaiko, Jennifer Na Kwakupom, Harriet Pamela Kwamon, Emmanuel Francis Ni Kwatelai Korte, Isaac Korte, Hilary Esther Kwe, Rosalind Kwe, Kelvin Kwe, Henrietta Amayiwa Roxon, Emmanuel Sego, Zoe Araba Sam, Isabella Ej Segla, Esther Enchiwa Setre, Abigail Sesi, Aida Shishu, Alhassan Swale, Aishetu Mohammed Swalisu, Christabel Enyonam Aku Tedeko, Joycelyn Alberta Koko Tete, Stephen Selom Tobe, Catherine Topa, Ephraim Kwabena Tufuo, Richard Togbenyon, Rita Kumi, Vera Kodia Treneboa, Nana Kwabena Chumberima, Stephen Ankra Chumesi, Gavin Ferdinand Selom, Waveless, Henry Ofosuriafe, Karen Anochiwa Reku, Sheriff Yahaya, Peter Kwame Mensa Yeboa, Amanda Sechi, Desmond Zuma, Prince Esiedu, Obed Nana Akotete, and Ellen Emisa. Bachelor of Science in Administration, third class honors, Elliot Ajare, Tesuma Kashifa Amadu, Najaba Ampia, Henrietta Ayi, Priscilla Kwachiwa Isiama, Edem John Duko, Ebenezer Esrifi, Louis Abuaji Kisiedu, John Mensa, Hidaya Baba Al-Hassan, Nakarigu, Efua Safua, and Gregory Techi.
So we continue. Hopefully we are going to end in a few minutes. I believe less than 15 minutes you'll be done. So thank you very much, Deans, School of Social Science, University of Ghana Business School, and administrators who help with the roll call. Our dear fresh graduate, congratulations. Congratulations once again. We are really, really proud of you, and you have earned the recognition of being referred to as graduates now. So, two recognitions. One, you are now graduates of the University of Ghana. And now, with your degrees conferred, anytime you have an opportunity to wear an academic gown like we are wearing, the tassels on your cap should be aligned to the left. So can we take just a minute? Can we all rise and do this exercise? I think you sat for some time, so let's rise. Make sure that the tassel is aligned to the left side of your cap, and check your neighbor that he or she has aligned his or hers similarly. And of course, the hood that you have at your back should rest right on your back. I've seen some are on the left side of your shoulders, others on the right. Let it align, direct rest at the back of your, at your backs. So when you go out to take pictures, the pictures will be indeed memorable. I don't think you want to see your picture tomorrow with all the yellows of the hood showing, right? It should be like this gentleman, it should be like the ladies. That's how it is worn. So go out there, take your pictures in a nice way. And of course, having earned the recognition as graduates of University of Ghana, you have earned a second recognition as alumni of the University of Ghana. So you may take your seat now. Oh, I think you like standing. And as alumni of this great university, you are our international ambassadors. And we expect you to translate the knowledge that you have gained in this institution to benefit humanity. And we pray that you will be our institution's most loyal supporters. I believe you will do that. And I'll add a small footnote that you belong to College of Humanities. College is quite committed to building a strong alumni base. So in the course of time, the Director of Public Affairs will announce that you fill the alumni form and all that, fill it. But when you have done so, if you need any support from the college, please come back. We are ready to help you. Whether it's a support letter for you, any other support that you need, we are ready to help you, right? And of course, when you go and you make some coins, you come back, okay? Come back and put something in the kitty. Because your kids, your children are coming back, right? And some of you are coming back to do your masters as well. So come back wherever you find yourself, in government establishment, international institution, NGO, your own small business. We say in our local language, right? To which nothing is too small. Come back, support us, and when you have done so, we'll give you the necessary recognition. Clap for yourself if you really will do it. So we are inching closer to the end of this afternoon program. The representative of the Chancellor will soon be invited to dissolve congregation, after which the Assistant Registrar for Public Affairs, Ms. Victoria Enim, will come and provide some announcements for our recess out of this auditorium. May I respectfully now invite the council member representing the Chancellor, Major Ablokweku, to deliver his closing remarks and dissolve congregation. I thank all of you.
Thank you very much. Now I can see smiles on all your faces. At the beginning, you were looking a little bit glum. So now clap for yourselves as graduates. And welcome to the club. The work is not over. Now even harder work begins. A lot of you may want to come back and do additional degrees. You'll be very welcome to the university or wherever else life may direct you to do your post-bachelor's courses. There are several other avenues. Don't remain where you are. Try to go forward and add to the knowledge that you have acquired. On that note, let me say that members of the University Council who are here, Vice Chancellors, Rep, and other officers of the university, our guest speaker, who today has really inspired us with a lot of beautiful, inspiring messages. And I hope that you really will keep to them. Members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we end this ceremony, I would like to salute all those who have worked hard to ensure a successful event, particularly those who played various roles in the planning and organization of today's event. You have seen that it has gone on very seamlessly, in a very orderly fashion, which is a big plus for the Premier University. We are very proud of you. As well as the other 16 congregation ceremonies that are taking place this week. To you, fresh graduates, you have worked hard. Over the periods that you have been students at this university, and you deserve everything. You deserve all the laurels that you have acquired that has been climaxed today. I congratulate you all on your achievements, and I urge you to be worthy ambassadors of your alma mater. May the education and skills you have acquired at this university guide and inspire your path, and may your journey be defined by success, fulfillment, and a meaningful, lasting impact on the world. I wish you success in your future endeavors, and do be guided by the university's core values of integrity, commitment, respect, and loyalty. Let me repeat them. They are very important to the university. Integrity, commitment, respect, and loyalty. Congratulations once again. Go out into the world with pride, purpose, and knowledge that you are well prepared to make a difference. To our guest speaker for today, Mr. Samuel Kingsford Atta, we very much appreciate your presence and participation in the ceremony and your very inspiring message to our fresh graduates. Thank you all for joining us for this ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my duty to declare this congregation ceremony officially dissolved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Major Daniel Ablo-Kwaku, Member of Council representing the Chancellor. A few announcements before we leave. First of all, we'd like to once again acknowledge you all for coming in your numbers and staying through till the end of the ceremony. I think we all deserve a round of applause for that. We also want to acknowledge the Wind and Psalm for bringing us the interlude and also heralding the procession. Now to the order of recession. After the university anthem, we kindly ask that all of you graduates and guests remain standing while the platform party and members of convocation recess. Graduates will file out row by row and will all meet at the Vice Chancellor's court for group photographs. We ask the Valedictorian to kindly follow directly after the procession and join the first row at the Vice Chancellor's court for the photographs. The platform party will recess and members of convocation will retire to the new council chamber, and we invite Valedictorian and your two guests to join members of convocation. Graduates are reminded that they are accredited photographers at the designated points, including the AZ quadrangle, which can be found between the cash office and the legal office, and also at the grassy area at the ITD, Information Technology Directorate, which is former UGCS. Also at the Samuel Kenneth Abua Recreational Quadrangle, we have photographers there. We ask that you patronize their services, and while you do that, please check for their accreditation and ensure that they have the stamps of the Public Affairs Directorate. We don't want you to engage unauthorized people, and maybe you wouldn't be able to find your pictures at the end of the day. We also ask that as you patronize their services and take your photographs, while you share on social media, please tag the university on hashtag UG congregation and hashtag class of 2026. I would like you to say it after me. Hashtag UG congregation and hashtag UG class of 2026. We want to share in your memorable moments, and so please do well to tag us. We ask that you kindly return your gowns after your photographs. There's a 24-hour policy for not returning of gowns. There's a penalty to be paid, and so to avoid the penalty, please do well to return your gowns after the ceremony. Graduates of the University of Ghana Business School are to return their gowns to the RS Amegashi Auditorium, and then you return your gown and pick up your certificates. We'll also like to encourage all graduates to join the UG Alumni Association. We've already been informed that we are now alumni of the University of Ghana. So kindly turn with me to page 117 of your brochure, where we have a congratulatory message from the chairman of the Alumni Council, and we also have a call to join the association. There's a QR code there. You can scan, fill out the form, and become a part of the network of prestigious alumni of our premier university. We'd also like to see you here again in our lecture halls, and we also would ask that you encourage other friends who have not had the opportunity to study in the University of Ghana to also enroll in our graduate programs. And so when you turn to page 108 of the brochure, we have a list of graduate programs on offer. You can go through, select a program, and then apply. We want to see you here once again. Thank you very much for the attention. May we please rise for the university anthem. Thank you very much. Please remain standing while the platform party recesses.
I go.
I'm not good.
Boss one. Eddie.